Happy Fragrant Friday, Fraghead. Hey everybody, this is Ben here at That Cologne Guy, coming at you with a new review and the second cold of the winter that will just never fully go away, unfortunately. But I will power through, my friends, and I have a really, really fun one. What I saw was 2025 Fragrance of the Year. Whoa. And that is, of course, you've seen the title and the description, so you know this is Dolce and Gabbana, the one Parfum. So this one, what's funny is I just recently bought, right here, Dolce and Gabbana, the one Eau de Parfum. So this is the 15 release that I just got, the exact month, December 2025, that this guy came out. So you might say to yourself, wait a minute, I see how professional it is. Might it be yet again another travel spray sent in? See how it blends in perfectly with mine. Another travel spray sent in by the man, not the myth, Jerry, over at Luxe Gentlemen's Society. You would be correct. This was sent in by Jerry, so thank you very much. He knows I'm a big fan of the first one. He knows I finally broke down and got the Eau de Parfum. And he knows some of the things that do slightly frustrate me about this fragrance that I will get to in just a minute. This is a 2025 release, as I said, and the Parfum behind this is Jean-Christophe Heurault, Heurault, Jean-Christophe Heurault. So that's cool. And this one is, I guess what would be the fourth rendition, because there's the EDT, the EDP, and then the EDP Intense, and then now the Parfum. So they just keep cranking out ones on the one. So apparently it's not the one after all. Now, as far as the notes go, in the top, you're going to get orange, nutmeg, and black pepper. In the mid, you get patchouli. And then in the base, you do get amber, tobacco, and vetiver. Okay, so those are the notes. And let me just quickly say that here's what I think is going on with this fragrance. I've really wrestled all week with what it smells like. And then I finally hit the second one because it was just bothering me. The first one is very easy. This one is a combination of two discontinued fragrances. And yes, I actually took that into consideration when I gave it my final rating, because I actually do think that some of that was to get that crowd into a fragrance that smells like it. Okay, so what are those two? The first one is Xeryus Rouge by Givenchy. I also own that one, actually, and I love that fragrance, and why they discontinued it, I don't know. I will never know, and I'll never really understand it, because it is really pretty close to a masterpiece, and it's quite unique. I love Xeryus Rouge very, very much, and this one definitely harkens back to those days. You know, the second one was bothering me a lot all week, and I finally got it. It occurred to me that this one is very similar also to Vera Wang For Men. Now, Vera Wang is known more as a designer for wedding dresses, but the men's fragrance from 2004, so the Dolce and Gabbana, the one EDT, was 2008, and then before that, though, 4 years before, so it's not a dupe, was Vera Wang For Men, a fragrance that I absolutely was addicted to from the very beginning. I had a few bottles of it. It was a great cheapie. It would make my best cheapies list if I made a top 10. However, it's been discontinued, and right before I started recording, I saw that it's available for a whopping $220 now. So not worth it whatsoever. But here's what I think is happening, right? I feel like this one is a smoother, creamier version, and it's almost a little closer actually to the EDT than the EDP from 2015. This one has a little bit of a harsher initial blast to it, dare I say even synthetic. You know I like it though. I gave it a 5 out of 5. But I feel like from the get-go, one thing this is strong at is being creamy and smooth. So I really like that about this fragrance. I do feel like they were sitting in a meeting and they were thinking, how can we get people who love Xeryus Rouge, because it is an ardent following, and people who love Vera Wang For Men, and and combine those two and actually make something that's similar to both. Probably a little bit more, probably a little bit closer to Xeryus Rouge, to be honest with you. It's not a dupe. It's not exactly the same. It's not. But I do feel like they're trying to satisfy that group because they are a loud and a proud. And so they'll be dancing in the streets when they get this one. This is going to make a lot of people very, very happy because they like the one. They want to keep riding that train. Excuse me. And then on top of it, you have the group that wants something close to Xeryus Rouge by Givenchy and something similar, very similar to Vera Wang For Men. And this one certainly does that. So it's a home run as far as satisfying my desire to have something close to both of those because as I said, I have had both and really, really enjoy both fragrances. So as far as outright smell or fragrance, I actually like this one a little bit more from the get-go. And I do feel like it's just a little closer to the EDT. But either way, it's just got the kind of synthetic element in the initial blast that's toned down, and it's just very wearable from the get-go. Now, let's get to some of the bad. So this is supposedly a parfum, and man, I gotta tell you, especially after wearing things like last week, like Bon Monsieur, and before that, the Fougère Gothique, which is probably still on my watch band somehow, I just feel like these guys need to be docked points again because they just won't give you something that is really, really overpowering in a good way. So this is for the subtle folks. I mean, I know a lot of people like it. I mean, I saw, again, right before I hit record, I saw a bunch of people say this is fragrance of the year, no doubt, etc., etc. Never fear, though. I am going to give it a very high rating, but they do deserve a little slap on the wrist, figuratively, for that, because the longevity projection in Sillage was just not up to par for me. It wasn't. I mean, I tried different on my shirt, on my clothes. I mean, on my skin and pulse points. And I mean, I think I even got a little bit more out of the Eau de Parfum than this. So longevity was, I mean, you're looking at 4 to 6, maybe 7. The projection is, if you're looking at 1 foot or 3 meters from the body, you're looking at, I would say, like 3 to 5. It's more of a romantic, close to the skin scent. Nothing wrong with that because it is romantic. And then Sillage, walking past people. I think this is another one that's more for intimate quarters. I think it's something meant for a nice a date night out, and then maybe some snuggling back at home after. That's kind of what I see it as opposed to something that's just really, really calling attention and loud. It's not a loud fragrance. That said, I mean, when you're going to call it a parfum, you need to be docked a spray. And so I will say now that I gave this the same as this. I do feel like this is clearly a 5 out of 5 sprays. It's not even a close call. But as you know, I'm going to withhold the elusive, highly coveted bonus spray. I seem to say that a lot lately because I've been having so many good reviews, but I do find something in each one that keeps it from getting the elusive 6 out of 5. This one does not deserve the bonus spray, nor is it going to get it. So in the end, I will give this a 5 out of 5 rating, and the figurative slap on the wrist when it comes to longevity, projection, and sillage. Season, you're going to get, I mean, it's a winter, fall, perhaps even into spring. And then it is more of a night scent, clearly, and it's, again, I wouldn't call this a clubbing scent. I would call this more of a romantic night out or in. So let's go with gender. This one is one that would be, this is a very attractive scent, and I do think that a woman could pull this off. So I'm actually going to go like 75-25 as far as people who actually wear it, bought it. It's their signature scent. They wanted it. So I'm going to go 75-25 on that one, meaning 75% will be men and 25% will be women. And then age group, because it is, to me, it strikes me, like I said, less of a clubbing, a bro clubbing scent, and more of I'm established in my job and I'm trying to go on dates now. And so this one to me would probably be something like 30 and up. as far as age, as far as actually how you could probably convince me 25. Actually, I would probably say it's a post-college fragrance. So let's go 25 and up just to be on the safe side in terms of age. Versatility is going to be highly versatile because all the one series just smell fantastic. I mean, if you might recall from this review, I said that this is one, the EDT was one where I actually asked a server what he was wearing. And I didn't want him to be weirded out about it, but I was like, can you write that down for me? Because that's really cool. And I think he kind of was weirded out a little bit, but that's how I first got into the one, was through that. So I was really captivated from it from the very beginning, and that was quite a long time ago. So I finally got the Eau de Parfum, and then of course the same month this guy came out. I do not regret getting this one, though. I want to say that I actually kind of prefer this one a little bit because I feel like it's got a little heavier feel to it. You can't go wrong though, especially for those of you out there who like Vera Wang For Men and or Xeryus Rouge by Givenchy. So I did give this a 5 out of 5. I think most reviewers are going to give this a glowing review. I personally really like the fact that I have a bonus spray, which I really hold for the classics and something that truly deserves it. Or in the case of Acqua di Gio, I completely concede that it was an emotional pick just because I just love that fragrance. This one just does not give you the longevity, and I feel like for all the people who love this fragrance, they owe it to us. They've already made enough money, and they could easily make a fragrance that would last all day. And the fact that they don't do that is mildly annoying to me. So we're going to go 5 out of 5 sprays for the one Parfum Dolce and Gabbana, a December 2025 release, so hot off the press. And don't forget, in the description box, for all your travel spray needs, you can check out Jerry's website over at Luxe Gentleman's Society. And don't forget, you get for TCG 10, and that is the active coupon code to get 10% off. Thank you very much, Jerry. I really appreciated this one, and I will say he has new travel spray bottles, and I liked the other ones, and I really like these even more. These are outstanding, and I really like them. And as you can see, I burned a fair amount in a week, but I still have a few days left to go. So we're gonna go one on each side of the neck, one on each wrist, and one on the Hawkeyes emblem. Boom. And I feel like the tobacco and vetiver are toned down a little, just a tad here, maybe even the patchouli, and I feel like the amber and the orange are amped up just a little tiny bit there. For me, this guy has a little bit more of the tobacco in it. All right, there you have it. 5 out of 5 sprays for possibly the 2025 fragrance of the year. Either way, I've really enjoyed this series. It's been so much fun to go over Dolce and Gabbana, the one Parfum. You guys have a wonderful week. Let me know your scent of the day and or scents of the week. And what do you think of this fragrance? Do you agree? Are you on the hype train for this one? Does it matter to you that fragrances don't have longevity? A lot of people say, look, I just like it. I don't care how many times I have to reapply throughout the day. I go with what I like if I like the fragrance. I guess I'm not in that camp, that does matter to me, especially when I'm shelling out a fair amount of money. I do expect incredible longevity, especially after all the fragrances I reviewed from the United Arab Emirates. Okay, you have a wonderful week. Take care, my friends, and always remember, fragrance marks the celebration of today. Take care, everybody. If you don't follow me, usually you can have a little drinking game with your favorite beverage every time I say Dolce y Gabbana, because I did most of my reviews in Spanish years ago, and for some reason I always call it Dolce y Gabbana, and E is and in Spanish. So I will try to say Dolce and Gabbana as much as possible.